Hello students, again welcome to first PUC online classes. So in the previous classes we were discussing about the projectile motion along with a few numericals. Now in this class we will discuss the very important concept concerned to motion is circular motion. We know that so many types of motions are available. Linear motion available, rectilinear motion available, projectile motion available. Here one more type of motion we will see. That motion is nothing but uniform circular motion. Let us start. Uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion. Alright students. Initially, let us see what is circular motion. Circular motion means an object moving along circular path or an object moving along circumference of perimeter. That we are calling circular motion. Simply, any body moving in a circular path, that motion we are calling circular motion. Circular motion has two types. One is uniform circular motion and the second one is non-uniform circular motion. For our syllabus, we have only the circular motion, mean uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion means any object moving in circular path with constant speed, or the object moving in circle with constant speed, that motion we are calling uniform circular motion. See here, let us define uniform circular motion. An object moving, an object moves along circular path. An object moves along circular path with constant speed. Constant speed. Is called as uniform circular motion. Is called as uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion. Right students, how it is possible? Consider an object moving in circular path. Shall I take? Consider this is the object, moving in circular path. Right? This is the object. Consider the object moving in circular path with center O. And what about the radius? The radius can be represented by capital R. Simply uniform circular motion means any body that moving in circular path with constant speed. This we are calling uniform circular motion. But students, for a circular motion, what is the direction of velocity of the particle at every point? For a circular motion, at any point, if we draw the tangent line that represents linear velocity of the particle, for example, see here. Now consider the particle is at this position. Right? What position shall I call? This position represented by A. If you draw the tangent line at this point, this represents linear velocity. Fine. If you take this point, at this point, if we draw this tangent line, this represents linear velocity. Now, second case, third case, if the position of the particle is here, if we draw the tangent line, this represents linear velocity. Right. Again, one more case, at this point, if we draw the tangent line, this represents linear velocity. Right. I mean, for circular motion, if we draw the tangent line at any point, that represents linear velocity. Remember, students, the direction of velocity of the particle at every point changes, but magnitude remains same. For a circular motion, for a uniform circular motion, if we draw the tangent line, this is a tangent line. This gives the direction of velocity of the particle. This gives the direction of velocity of the every point, if we draw the tangent line that represents linear velocity, I mean at every point the direction of velocity of the particle going on changes, but magnitude remains same. Right? Now, when particle moving in uniform circular motion, what about acceleration of this particle? Here interesting point is that when a particle moves in circular path, at every point position will change, so position vector also changes, displacement also changes. If displacement changes, definitely velocity also changes. Then if velocity changes, then particle is said to be accelerated. When particle moving in circular path, particle is said to be accelerated because at every point direction of velocity of the particle changes. When direction changes, definitely particle should be accelerated. Right, students? Then here our aim is to find what is the magnitude and the direction of acceleration of the particle when particle moves in circular path. This is important here. Right? And whatever change in velocity is there, the change in velocity at every point you can calculate it by triangle of addition of vector. Students, let us take a uniform circular motion. For uniform circular motion, we need to find the magnitude and the direction of acceleration of the particle. Right? Let us take one more diagram. Consider a particle moves in circular path with constant speed, that we are calling uniform circular motion. Shall I take, students, here? How to take? One more diagram I will take. Consider this is a particle. This particle moves in circular path. Right? With constant speed. Now let us take this, nothing but center of the circle. Shall I take this point O? Right. Consider now position of the particle can be represented by E point. Let us consider this is nothing but position of the particle. Right. Then how to draw the position vector? Shall I take the position vector? If we draw this line, this becomes position vector. Shall I call this position vector represented by R? Right. After some time, consider the particle moves. The particle moves and comes this point. Consider after some time the particle. Actually, how the particle goes? The particle goes in anti-clockwise direction. In this direction, particle goes. Right. After some time, the particle moves from A to some other point. Shall I take? After some time, the particle moves from A to B. Consider this is the position B. Right. Again to this point, from center to B point. Again I will draw a line. This becomes position vector. Shall I call this is R dash? Right. What is the direction of R? This is the direction of R. What about direction of R dash? This is the direction of R dash. Right, students? This is the final position. This is the initial position. Right or wrong? Then what is the displacement? If you take this line, this represents displacement. Are you following me? This is the displacement. Displacement traveled by the body. This is the displacement traveled by the body. In what direction? The displacement traveled by the body can be given in this direction. Shall I represent? This is del R. Right. Final position and we are taking initial position. Displacement vector can be added again a triangle of addition of vector. How to add actually? Shall I say? How to add? See here. This vector are in same order. Mean R and del R both are in same order. What about R dash? It is in opposite order. How to add actually? Look at me. Vector R plus how much? Vector R dash. Del R dash equal to R dash according to triangle operation of vector. Right? Then what is del R? What is del R? Magnitude of del R equal to R dash minus R. R dash minus of how much? R. This is the displacement. Means displacement simply difference between final position and initial position. But what is our aim? Our aim is to find acceleration. What is the direction of acceleration and what is the magnitude of acceleration? Look at it. If the particle here already I said that if at any point you draw the tangent line, this represents the velocity. Shall I take here? At this point I will draw the tangent line. This is the tangent line I will draw. This becomes velocity v. Right. At this point, again if we draw the tangent line, what it indicates? This indicates what? Velocity v. This I will take v dash velocity. At this point, I draw tangent line. This represents velocity v. At this point, I will draw the tangent line. This represents velocity how much? Velocity equal to how much? V dash. Again, this velocity and this velocity you can add by triangle of addition vector. I mean, It is one velocity, this is second velocity. You can make the difference in velocity. You can add it by again. You can add it by triangle of addition. How bad? What is the direction of V actually? This is direction of V dash. This is direction of V. Shall I take here? Direction of V dash like this. In this direction V dash available. Are you following me? What is the direction of V? In this direction V is available. Are you following? In this direction V is available. Shall I take it as V? Right? Is V value? I will take this is the origin point. Right, students? Now, what is change in velocity is very important. It is final velocity, it is initial velocity. How to change in velocity? The change in velocity can be represented by triangle of addition of vector. This represents change in velocity. Right. Change in velocity means difference of this velocity and this velocity. Again, you can add this velocity by triangle of addition of vector. In what direction V is available? In this direction V is available. In what direction V dash available? In this direction V dash available. Right, students? Again, you can add by triangle of addition of vector. How to actually? Like this displacement. You can show the velocity. V and del V both are in same order. How to find V dash in opposite order? How to take actually? V plus how much? Del V equal to how much? V dash. Or what is del V? What is del V? Del V equal to how much? V dash minus V. Right or wrong? Like displacement, you can add by again triangle of addition of vector. Right, students? But our aim is to again to find acceleration. Look at here. What is the change in velocity direction? The change in velocity direction must be like this, in this direction. Actually, what is the change in velocity direction? The change in velocity must be like this direction. Are you following me? In this direction, velocity changes. In this direction, velocity. This is the del V direction. If velocity changes in this direction, then what about acceleration? Acceleration also changes along the direction of change in velocity. If this is the change in velocity direction, then what we are calling? This is nothing but acceleration. Acceleration of the particle that goes along center of the circle. Shall we separately here? How this is? Change in velocity goes like this. Right. If change in velocity goes like this, what about acceleration? Acceleration also changes in same direction. In this direction, acceleration available. This acceleration. Because the change in velocity goes like this. Right. Then, any particle moves in circular path with constant speed, acceleration acting towards center of the circle. This acceleration we are calling centripetal acceleration. Calling centripetal acceleration. How to define centripetal acceleration? Any particle moves in circular path with constant speed, acceleration acting towards center of circle. That acceleration we are calling centripetal acceleration. Right. I need to find what you found the direction of acceleration. Acceleration of this body moves along center of the circle. You found the direction. Then how to find the magnitude? This is also important. Look at me, students. You got this triangle according to triangle of addition of vector. See here R dash and del R. Again looks like triangle. I will make it separately here. How to make it? This one OAB looks like triangle. Simply I will remodify this. This triangle I will put here. How this is? Look at this triangle. OABO looks like a triangle, right? OAB looks like a triangle. Shall I put this? See here. What I will make? This is what? O. B I will take. Right. This is what point? A I will take. And what about this? B I will take. Right. If this is what value? R. What about this value? R dash. Then what about this? Del R. Right around. This is what? Del V. Look at me. The change in velocity and displacement both are perpendicular to each other in this diagram. Change in velocity and displacement both are perpendicular. And see here, this triangle looks like similar triangle. This one and this one looks like similar triangle. For similar triangle, the ratio of base to heights are equal. For a similar triangle, ratio of base to heights are equal. The ratio of base to height I will take. What is the ratio of base to height here? Graphically, see here, that V is nothing but change in velocity, right? Divided by V I will take equal to, right? What about this? Equal to ratio of base to height. Del r divided by much r value. Right. Again I will remodify this ratio of base to height. Base to height. Base to height. Both are equal. Right. Again shall I remodify this? Del v equal to how much? Del r into v. Del r into v divided by much? R vector. Polar vector here. Right. Shall I call this? This is the equation number 1. Right, students? Then divide equation 1 by del t on both sides. Divide equation 1 by del t on both sides. What you will get? Look at me. Del v divided by much? Del t equal to how much? Del r into v divided by much? Del t into how much? This is r. Right or wrong? Del v means change in velocity, del t means change in time. Change in velocity by change in time. This we are calling acceleration. This acceleration being represented by centripetal acceleration. Del r displacement, del t time displacement by time. This we are calling what? Velocity v. Right? Again v one more available. Divided by much? This is r. Right? V into v, v square. Then what is acceleration? Acceleration can be represented. Acceleration is equal to v square divided by r. I mean, when particle move in circular path, acceleration acting towards center of the circle, and its magnitude can be given a is equal to v square divided by r. This acceleration, what are calling? Centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration. This we are calling centripetal acceleration. What is centripetal acceleration? When particle moves in circular path with constant speed, acceleration acting towards center of circle. This we are calling centripetal acceleration. Right, students? Again, the centripetal acceleration you can modify in different form. To write the different form of centripetal acceleration, again I need to know about angular displacement and angular velocity. Angular displacement and angular velocity. This concept we will see, students. Just remember, magnitude of acceleration can be represented by this equation along with the direction of acceleration always acting toward center of the circle. I mean, any particle moves in circular path with constant speed, acceleration always acting toward directed toward center of the circle. Right? Then this equation again you can modify different one. Remember, AC is equal to v square divided by r. Right? After this, let us take here one more concept. One more concept I will take. Right, students. After this, angular displacement. Angular displacement and angular displacement and angular speed. Angular speed. Angular speed. Angular displacement and angular speed. To understand this concept, students, again let us take a particle moves in circular path with constant speed. How to understand? See here. This is the particle. This particle moves in circular path with constant speed. This we are calling uniform circular motion. Right. Right. This is nothing but center of the circle. Shall I call this nothing but O, and this is the radius of the circle. Shall I call this capital R in this case? Right, students. Now, what is the position of the particle? A represents position of the particle. After some time, consider the particle goes from A to B. Particle goes from A to B. Again, what the distance? This is the distance. Right. But as particle goes from A to B, this is the distance. This is the angle created by the particle in circular path. This angle we are calling angular displacement. How the displacement covered? As particle goes from A to B, A traveled by the particle, right? And what is delta t or delta t? Delta t represent or delta theta represent angular displacement of the particle. Here angular displacement of the particle is angle traced by the particle as it moves from one point to another. Angle traced by the particle as it moves from one point to another point. This we are calling angular displacement. Here, how to represent angular displacement mathematically? Look at me. We know this actually. Delta theta. Delta theta is nothing but length of the arc divided by radius. What is the length of the arc? Length of the arc equal to AB. What is the radius? That can be represented by r. Right. How to represent this angular displacement? Delta theta is equal to how much? AB. What is AB? Length of the arc. Shall I represent length of the arc by ds value? This is the length of the arc. Right. From this point, this point. This is the length of the arc. Right. But this angular displacement, it is measured in degree or measured in radian. Already you know angle can be measured in terms of degree and it can be measured in terms of radian. Similarly, how to define angular speed? Angular speed simply it is the rate of change of angular displacement. Angular speed is rate of change of angular displacement. See here, simply I can define. Angular speed can be represented by omega. Angular speed can be represented by omega. What is omega? Omega is the rate of change of angular displacement. Time rate of change of angular displacement. Angular displacement divided by time. This we are calling angular speed. What are calling? This is nothing but angular speed. Simply rate of change of angular displacement. So here, this angular speed along the anti-clockwise direction taken to be positive and in clockwise direction taken to be negative. Because for anti-clockwise direction angle taken to be positive and in clockwise direction angle taken to be negative. Remember this point, right? By noting these two, now let us take what is the relation between linear speed and angular speed. Linear speed and angular speed. See here, we know that at every point if we draw the tangent line, this represents velocity v, this represents velocity v. Right, at every point you know. After this, let us take what is the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity, right? And actually, angular velocity can be represented in different manner also. Look at me. For complete circle, actually angle equal to 360 degree. For complete circle, what is angle? Angle equal to 2 phi. Then what is time? Time equal to t. For one complete circle, angle is 2 phi times t. Or angular velocity for one complete circle you can represent like this also. Remember this point, students. Right. Now, after this, let us take what is the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity, or linear speed and angular speed. Right. Look at me here. Relation between linear speed and angular speed. Alright. Linear speed can be represented by v, angular speed can be represented by omega. Look at me here. How to do? See here. Let us take this is the particle moving in circular path. Right or wrong? Shall I take the position here? This is the center of the circle. What I can call this is the A point. The particle goes from A to B point. Right or wrong? This is the radius r I can call, and what I am calling angular displacement d theta. Angular displacement d theta. At this point, if we draw the tangent line, this represents linear speed v. Right. First of all, we know that angular speed here. What is angular speed? Simply angular speed equal to much? Rate of change of angular displacement. Rate of change of angular displacement. Right or wrong? Shall I call this equation number 1? Right. But how to define velocity actually? Velocity equal to AB nothing but distance traveled, length of the arc. how the length of the arc actually in this case? In this case, AB equal to much ds, length of the arc traveled by the body. Length of the arc traveled body equal to linear distance. How to define velocity? Simply speed, simply is equal to what? ds divided by what is ds? Distance traveled. What is t? Time. Distance by time we are calling velocity. Distance divided by time what we are calling velocity. Right or wrong? Then see here. Put this value here. What are we getting? This is the equation number 2. Right. Now simply I will divide like this. How to write this value? This value can be written. See here. ds equal to is that. How to write ds equal to from this? ds equal to in this figure. Theta equal to what? This is the relation. D theta equal to what? D theta. ds divided by how much? Radius r. ds divided by radius r. You can take the radius r smaller also, no matter. Radius r. See here, I will take this one equal to radius r. Right. What is ds from this? ds equal to how much? R into dt delta theta. Right. Angular displacement equal to what? Angular displacement equal to ds divided by r. What is ds? AB. I will write directly here only. Look at me. I will write here directly. Simply look at me. How to write angular displacement? Angular displacement equal to AB divided by r. Already have seen. What is AB now? AB can be replaced by ds. Already have seen here. D theta equal to ds divided by how much? R. Right. Then what is ds from this? ds equal to how much? R into delta theta. Equation number 3. Right. Simply put equation 3 in equation 2. What you will get? See here. Speed v equal to ds equal to how much? R into delta theta divided by how much? Dt. That's what it is. Then already we know that omega is equal to d theta divided by dt, rate of change of angular displacement. Rate of change of angular displacement we are calling angular speed. Angular speed. Are you following this? Right. Angular speed equal to r into omega equal. But already we have written what is omega for one complete circle? Omega equal to 2 phi divided by t. 2 phi divided by t. Here 2 phi represent for one complete circle total angle is 2 phi or 360 degree. Then what is t here? T. What is t? T represent time taken to complete one revolution. T represent time period. What is time period? Time taken by the body to complete one revolution. To complete one revolution, how much time is taken? That we are calling time period. In this one, omega represent angular speed. 2 phi divided by t. Right. Then how to write this value? This value can be written. V is equal to how to write? R. Omega mean what value? 2 phi divided by t. Right. You can represent the alternating manner also. Right. Here what is t? T represent time period. T equal to time period. Right. What is time period? Time taken by the body to complete one revolution. This we are calling time period t. Right or this is the time period. But the reciprocal of time period we are calling frequency. Frequency means number of oscillations or number of rotations covered by the particle in 1 second. Number of rotations covered by the particle in 1 second, that we are calling frequency, or reciprocal of time period we are calling frequency. Right. By noting all this point, how to write this value again? This value v. Here v equal to what value? 2 phi into r. 1 divided by t equal to how much? This is the value. Right. Note all these points. What you got? V is equal to r into omega, relation between linear speed and angular speed. Right. Again omega can be written 2 phi divided by t. How to write? For one complete circle, angle is what? Angle equal to 2 phi and time is equal to capital T. Right. Again reciprocal of time period we are calling frequency. By noting all this point, how to represent centripetal acceleration? We got the centripetal acceleration, students. What is the magnitude of centripetal acceleration? How to got? This is equal to what? V square divided by r. V square divided by r. Centripetal acceleration. What is V? 2 5 r into f is there, then how to write centripetal acceleration? See here, v square is there, v square mean 4 5 square, r square into how much, f square divided by how much, r, 1 r get cancelled. Then what is centripetal acceleration? Centripetal acceleration is equal to 4 5 square r into how much, f square, right? Here what is r? R is nothing but the radius of the particle in which it is moving in circular path. F means frequency, frequency means number of rotations covered in 1 second, right? These are the concepts concerned to uniform circular motion. Students, up to here the motion in a plane chapter has been completed. Now we'll take the one more class, that is the numericals on uniform circular motion. Those numerical students we'll see in the next class. Thank you.